All right, we made it to the Abrams Creek area. We're down kind of by the Abrams Creek Ranger Station, just down the road from the campground. The campground's closed right now, so got to do a little bit of extra hiking just like last time, just because we have to park here overnight. But here we are. It's really nice open area here. Got some picnic tables. There's the ranger station right there. Today we're going to be taking Cooper Road Trail about, I don't know, I think it's 0.9 miles or something. And then we have about 1.7 or so on the Little Bottoms Trail, which is going to get us to campsite number 17, where we'll be staying for the night. So it's primarily a fishing trip, which means my backpack is looking nothing short of ridiculous. There it is. It's huge. I've never hiked with this much weight before. I've got the boots strapped on. I've got my chair down there. We're going for maximum comfort here. Figured it'd be a good trail to kind of try out my max load, just since it's supposed to be really low in elevation gain and pretty easy overall. Already just here in the parking lot, the creek is looking fantastic. Definitely going to be good for wading. It's not flowing too fast, looking nice and clear. We did get a bunch of rain last night, so I was a little bit worried about not only the creek being really fast, but things being muddy. But honestly, it's been nice and sunny today, so it looks like everything's dried out. So I'm gonna throw the pack on and get rolling. It's about 1:05 right now. This is Friday. What day is it? Friday the 23rd of February, and it is a really nice, like 58 degrees out right now. Supposed to get up to like the low 60s this afternoon, and then I don't think it's gonna get a whole lot colder than about 40 degrees tonight, which is really nice. Definitely shouldn't be getting any snow like last time. No rain on the forecast, so that's always good. And I'm looking forward to it. Should be fun. So I'm gonna get on the trail, get the pack on, get moving, and then I'll check in here in a little bit. All right, here we are at the Cooper Road Trail. Gonna be kind of going down that way for looks like about 0.9 miles until we hook up with the Little Bottom Trail. It took me about 2:10 to get here from the parking lot, so not really nothing to worry about, but should be there before too long. Some really nice scenery through here. And some big tall trees creating a real nice canopy. This is great hiking weather. It's like high 50s. Perfect. I love it. Got our first creek crossing here. I think I could manage without taking my boots off. We'll see. Made it to the other side. Boots were able to stay on, luckily. All right, less than a half hour in, and we are already at the junction here. So Cooper Road Trail goes all the way down there, and then we have Little Bottoms Trail, which is our exit. Looks like it skinnies up a little bit here. Doing 1.6 miles on this trail, so all in it'll take about 2.8 for us to get there. Easy hike so far, very little elevation gain, only 133 feet right now according to my watch. Got another creek crossing here. There's a lot of these. Been a lot of these today, so we'll get this one done and keep going. This is my kind of trail right here. Just real tight, nice rhododendron valley. Got the trees, clear skies. It's a beautiful day, and we're well on our way to camp, but man, this is just gorgeous. I love sections of trail like this. They're my favorite. Ooh, there's some incline. I knew it was gonna happen at some point. All right, let's keep going. Okay, had some really steep elevation there for like 2 or 3 tenths, but I think we pretty much summited as high as we're gonna get. Some really nice vistas through the trees there. I'm not sure how well you guys can see that, but I can hear the creek again rushing. So we're back on track there, and I think it's just a lot of downhill from here. We're already, let's see, 1.6 miles in total We're looking at like just under 3 at the end of the hike, so unless I see something cool between now and then, I'll see you guys at the campsite. Going downhill like this is really nice, but you will pay for it tomorrow. Really nice view of the trees through there. The sun's hitting them just right. That is stunning. All right, we've arrived at 17. This place is awesome. It is super cool. It's huge. Here are my neighbors over there. You can kind of see them. Nice folks. I just talked to them for a little bit, but I think I'm gonna go with this site. There's another one over there, and then I think kind of 2 more over where they are, but this is awesome. This is really cool. It used to be an old homestead, to my understanding. So you can see they kind of have this little rock wall here, and it is really flat. It's not on the creek, but it's pretty dang close. So I am just gonna kind of set up camp, chill by the fire for a little bit, and just sort of relax, drink some water. Definitely didn't drink enough on the way up here, so I'm gonna get that taken care of, and yeah, just kind of enjoy it. So this is something I'm really excited about. This is a chair that I got from the consignment store. I've always just kind of held off buying one of these, but this was too good of a deal. I had to get it. So let's get this set up. It is going to be so nice to have. Not that there's anything wrong with the log, but it's going to be nice to have something besides a log to sit on. Yep, that's nice. That is really nice. We're gonna go get the tent set up. Second time using this thing, it was awesome last time. Definitely learned a little bit about how to stake it properly, that's for sure. So, gonna do it right this time. Alright, tent is staked down. Next step is just putting the trekking poles in. It's like my favorite thing about this tent. You're gonna have these anyway, so might as well use them. Next is the sleeping pad. Next goes the sleeping bag. And then finally, the pillow. Might as well bring it. It's so small, weighs nothing, and makes this process 10 times easier. Done. All right, that's really the completed sleep system. It's super easy. You can see it's really quite spacious in there. I got the 2-person just because I don't like being cramped, and I can put my bag in there. Obviously, everything's scented and food oriented. Needs to go up on the cables, which are right there conveniently. But you know, I can fit everything else in my tent with me. It's easy. I love it. Next step is probably going to be to gather some firewood, but I am starving, so I think we're gonna cook up a little bit of food real quick, then get to collecting firewood, and maybe do some fishing after that. Definitely do some fishing after that. So let me get set up here, do some cooking. All right, so here's my cooking setup. Everything just fits inside there. So I've got a little fuel canister, which I have to take the top off of. And then I've got my stove. I've got a really cheap setup. A lot of guys that do like through hiking and stuff use like titanium pots and all that, but this is like 20 bucks. And this little stove was like maybe 10, and then this canister was like, I don't know, 5 or something. But pretty simple setup here. Yeah, that'll work. So today for lunch we're doing creamy beef and noodles with mushrooms. So we'll try it. These freeze-dried meals, had very mixed experiences with them. So yeah, all we have to do here is just boil water. So really simple. Gonna munch on some coconut almonds while I'm waiting for the food to be done. All right, we're boiling. So time to take this off the stove. And just pour that water in there to, said number 8 for this one. So next step is you just close this up. And just kind of fold it over. Let it sit for like 10 minutes probably. 10, maybe 15 minutes. So I'm just going to tuck that right there. And then while that's doing its thing, I'm going to head down to the creek and filter some water. So use the last of my water cooking. So we're gonna get the water filter and head down to the creek, and I'll show you that process. Okay, down at the creek, first step is just filling up this bag with dirty creek water. Generally in the Smokies, a lot of the water you're gonna find is probably fine to drink, but you know, it's always good to filter it. And when I'm down in lower elevations with stuff like Abrams Creek, you definitely want to filter that. You just don't know what's getting in it. So fill up this bag, step number 1. Alright, that's easy, takes 2 seconds. So second step is take your filter, get the cap off the other end, and screw that onto the bag. Alright, easy as that. And then you simply just get your water bottle, and you just open the cap here, turn it over, and you're filtering. Just like that, liter of clean filtered water. Pretty easy, pretty simple, and definitely cuts down on, you know, having to carry a lot of water or a bulkier filter system. I've tried a couple, and this is just what works for me. All right, grabbed another liter of dirty water just in case I need to filter it later, and heading back to camp. All right, food should be done, so we're gonna, I like just eat from the pot, makes it easier. Looks good. It's a lot of food. You know, not half bad. All right, done with our late lunch, early dinner, whatever you want to call it. Gotta take it down to the creek with some camp suds. It's like biodegradable soap. And wash it out a little bit. We don't want to attract any bears while we're fishing, so gonna go take care of dishes and then collect a little bit of firewood and then get set up to go fishing. All right, ate dinner, washed dishes, everything's here. I'm gonna go just collect some wood real quick just so I have that, and then I can kind of just fish until dark and not really have to worry about getting it later. It's like 4 o'clock right now, so we still have at least another two and a half hours before the sun starts to go down. So yeah, I'm just gonna collect some wood, get the food up on the bear cables before, and then once that's done, I'm gonna go fishing. All right, time to get wood. Always tons of branches and stuff around in the Smokies. I've got my little saw too to cut up some of the bigger stuff, so not really gonna film it, but really just looking for, you know, stuff like this. Nice, dry, breaks easy. It's gonna be good stuff to kind of build the fire with. We've got some fire starter, so I like to get a lot of logs like this, or sticks I should say, a lot of sticks this size. This one's dead, pretty rotted. It's not gonna burn great. Doesn't want to pick that moss off, but it'll work once we get the fire going. Aside from that, just a lot of little stuff like this, bigger than that really, but you know, little twigs like this, kindling just to get the fire burning. So gonna collect a bunch of that stuff and then put it on a pile, get it ready for tonight, and then hit the river for a little bit. Getting ready to go fishing, and look what I found on my pants. Little inchworm. I love these guys. Such interesting little creatures, but that kind of goes to my point. Let me set him on the ground real quick. There you go, buddy. Kind of goes to a point I was going to bring up earlier is, I mean, I was out here just last weekend, and today it just feels so much more alive out here. It really feels like things are starting to bloom. Insects are coming out. I've seen hornets, I've seen dragonflies. I saw my first salamander of the season today. Things are going, so hopefully that means good fishing. It is now 4:18, so I'm gonna just go ahead and throw the waders on, get the rod rigged up, and then we are gonna hit the creek for probably about 2 hours before we come back here and start a fire. Got all my food in this bag, pot I've been cooking with, and spork here. Just go up on the bear cables. All right, got the waders on, rod is rigged up, ready to go. Probably not gonna bring the GoPro with me just because I forgot my chest mount, which is really unfortunate, but just gonna bring my phone with me, so if I catch anything, I'll at the very least take a picture. I'll try to take a short video. Not really gonna fish for long. I probably got a good hour and a half, 2 hours. Okay, it's getting dark. It's about 6:30 now. Sun's going down over the mountains. Really nice sunset to watch from camp. I'm going to start get a fire going. I'm a little behind on it. Probably should have it started by now, but no big deal. Still plenty of light. So yeah, I'm going to get the fire starters together, and I will get with you when I'm getting ready to start it. All right, fire's at a point that I'm happy with. Like I'm telling a ghost story right now. Fire's at a point I'm happy with. Just gonna kind of hang out, chill by the fire. Don't really want to build up anything too massive tonight. Just wanting something to give off a little bit of heat and just sort of sit outside by. It's a really clear night. I can already see some stars starting to pop out, so it should definitely be a good night for stars. I'm looking forward to that. Last week it was a little cloudy at night, so that's gonna be fun, and I may check in again before bed. I may not, so I'll see you guys when I see you. Good morning from the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. It's a really nice morning. Birds are chirping, sun's starting to peek up. It's like right at 7 a.m. So got up a little later than I normally do when I'm out here, but it's a beautiful morning. It's really not too cold at all. Didn't get snowed on like last time, which is great. Probably not gonna fish too much this morning. I might go down to the creek and make a couple casts while I'm filling up some water and stuff, but first order of business is gonna just be to brush my teeth and then get some breakfast going. So slept really well last night. Tent held up just fine. I'm not sure how much you guys can see, but there's the headlamp on it. But really nice morning out here. Sun's starting to peek up, so it's time to get moving. promise I brushed longer than that, Mom. Just wanting to trim the video. Alright, gonna filter some more water and then get started on breakfast. Alright, that's just the leftover water that I got yesterday that I haven't used yet. And it's really not necessary to filter your water before you boil it. In fact, some people boil it in order to filter it, but I don't have a lot of sick days at work, so I like to take my precautions. About 2 cups in the pot, the rest I'll just put in my bottle for now. Probably gonna need to filter at least one more time before I leave. Let's get this boiling. For breakfast this morning, we have a Mountain House Adventure Meals breakfast skillet, shredded potatoes and scrambled eggs mixed with pork sausage, peppers, and onions. Sounds good. Excited to try it. Do not go winter camping without hand warmers. Unbeatable. I use like 6 of these things every time I go, and they last for like 10 hours. Alright, pot's jiggling, so that means the water's done. Let's cut the stove off and pour it into pouch. So the instructions on all these are a little bit different. This one just says to pour it in, stir, close it up for about 5 minutes, stir again. Alright, that's sealed up, so wait like 5 minutes and then stir it. Alright, it is ready. Just throw it in the pot. Doesn't look too bad. It's really pretty good. Definitely would go good with some hot sauce next time. That ate. That was pretty good. Just gonna kind of consolidate everything, get my trash into my trash bag, and then go do some dishes. Got the camp suds, get the pot. Let's go do some dishes. Alright, I'm going to start the process of packing up and getting out of here. Unfortunately, I am bad about just chucking stuff in my tent. So, I'm going to take off the warm socks, put back on my hiking pants, and then just kind of start collecting all my crap that I have in here. Alright, I'm all changed, so now I'm just going to start packing stuff up. I always start with my sleeping pad. This thing's a beast, the Thermarush Pro Light. I love it, but it's impossible to fit in the stuff sacks they give you. So I just roll it up and put it in my sleeping bag compartment. But anyway, got to deflate that. That's step number 1. that's in there. Next we'll do pillow. I've used it in 20 degrees. Last night, I'd guess it probably got down to like 32, and I didn't feel even a little bit cold. This thing's awesome. One thing that's important to remember about sleeping bags is, first of all, don't buy one unless it's ISO rated. Just don't. I had a bag that was rated for 30 degrees, but it wasn't ISO, and I took it out without doing any research and was freaking freezing because and then I looked at the reviews and it's like, oh yeah, this is really more of like a 40 or 50 degree bag. So make sure you do your research, and also keep in mind that if it's a 20 degree bag, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be warm and toasty at 20 degrees. So I like a 20 degree bag. I use this 3 season. Summer's fine. I can open it up, use it like a quilt. Some people love quilts. I'm not really a quilt guy. I like the versatility of a sleeping bag. So this is it right here. I think this is like the best sleeping bag for the money ever. 140 bucks. You can't beat that. One thing I really want to highlight about this tent before I take it down is these vestibules. They're really nice, and they leave you a ton of space for an area that's very waterproof, and you can put a lot of gear there. I keep like all my stuff there if it's going to be raining, so I don't like packing wet stuff. But this tent is incredible. All right, everything in the tent is pretty much packed up, so let's get outside and take the tent down. Make sure you take care of your gear. This tent, you know, especially when you're cold weather camping like this, it's gonna have it's just covered in condensation. So first thing I do when I get home is just go spread this thing out on my patio and just let it dry. You want to do that to prevent mold and any weakening of the material. All right, just like that, we're packed up. Got my pack just looking absolutely ridiculous again. This thing is huge. Wow, that's just unbelievable. Okay, before you hit the trail, always just take a lap around, make sure you didn't forget anything. Just remember, leave no trace. You don't want to see it, I don't want to see it, nobody wants to see it. So make sure you take care of all your stuff, leave nothing behind. Looks like we're good. All right, well, I'm gonna hit the trail. I'll check in a little bit on the hike back and then talk to you when I get to the car. This shot is way overdone, and nobody likes going back for the camera, so I'm not doing these anymore. All right, back in Knoxville. Got back quite a while ago, just been editing the video and relaxing. My shins definitely hurt a little bit, but overall I think that was a great trip. The hike was really nice, short, really pretty easy hike. I think on the way up I only measured like 500 and something feet of elevation gain, and the way back was even less. So really easy hike, super doable, and I had a lot of gear with me and was still able to manage. It was really nice, spacious site. Again, just like the last one I went to and kind of reviewed, it would be great for groups, several fire rings. There was another group there of about 4 guys, and I could hardly even tell they were there. So really spacious. The whole campsite is super level, lots of pine trees around, which is typical, I guess, but lots of pine trees around for good wood to burn. Drains really well. It rained earlier in the day before I went, and it was perfectly dry by the time I got there. Right on Abrams Creek. The water access is really good. It's not it's not as close as some sites, but it's still really accessible. The creek provides really good fishing there too. I didn't get any of that, but it's still a little early, so I'll make that excuse for now. But overall, it was a really nice trip, super nice campsite, really nice hike. I've never gone into the park from that entrance, so that was new for me. Really cool. But back in Knoxville now, getting ready to go back out there and do Alum Cave tomorrow. I don't think I'll be filming that, but should be on another backpacking trip soon, and hopefully can catch some fish this time. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.